When the governor issued the shutdown order last year, many feared economic doom and gloom. However, as California moves forward with reopening, the economy is performing better than expected.
So the housing market would be a classic illustration of that, where housing prices have actually grown considerably. We expect nationally, and the same will be true of Riverside County, that the economy will have returned to trend by the end of this year.
The fact that the shutdown created a very different type of recession is what's leading us to an unprecedented fast recovery.
There wasn't some sort of structural reason for this recession. It wasn't due to some sort of housing balance. It wasn't due to some sort of financial crisis. It was very much a pandemic-induced recession. It meant that the sort of balance sheets of businesses, most households were in pretty good shape.
Heavy government spending has also spurred the quick bounce back.
But they've poured trillions of dollars into the economy to support people who have been affected by the fallout from the pandemic.
What were Riverside County's leading economic sectors pre-COVID, and are they the same post-COVID, or have they shifted?
Again, the logistics sector was one of the regional strengths, and that strength only continued during the crisis. So if you were to look at Riverside County generally, there are around about 4% fewer jobs than there were prior to the pandemic. But actually in transportation and warehousing sector, there's been an increase in jobs of 18%. Well, a lot of job growth is occurring in sectors were the hardest hit by the pandemic. So we think particularly about leisure and hospitality. It's a lot of those jobs that were lost are being re-added.
Well, it's been a tough year and a half, but we are proving that the tourism industry is resilient. We are bouncing back. We are seeing record sales even at the wineries and a lot of the businesses.
While jobs are coming back, some employers are struggling to find all the workers they need.
The job force in the hospitality industry has been challenging lately for several reasons. One, for childcare, two, for unemployment, and three, retirement. Some people have decided to do early retirement after being off. And then four, because they lost their jobs, they decided to go into different careers, different industries.
There are a variety of factors which have meant that all the jobs posted are not being filled at present. There are some parts of the labour market that have sort of shifted geographically. So if you were to think of some of the major universities, people who might have been located in the city of Riverside might be back with their parents in some other part of California or some other part of the country. And these students would typically fill jobs in the local economies. Another factor is migration. The federal government has been more hostile, for lack of a better term, or at least it has been for the last 4 years with respect to immigration, and migrants do fill many positions. And then the final factor is unemployment benefits and the leverage that it has given workers to perhaps be a little bit more choosy about returning to the labour market.
As unemployment benefits end, there might not be enough jobs to go around.
There are fewer jobs in the economy today than there were in February 2020, and getting across the state of California hundreds of thousands of workers still out of the labour market is going to be a big challenge when their sort of safety nets start to end. And I think another challenge, I should say, is the housing market. California and Riverside County is not a cheap place to buy a house as it is. If we continue to see the rate of growth that we're seeing, that's obviously going to have an impact on the ability of many families to engage in the housing market.
We may face some uncertainty as Riverside County recovers from the shutdown. There are many positive signs indicating we're moving in the right direction.